It is time for the new Super Sound Showcase on WMBG, sponsored by Culture Fix, and I am your lucky host, Robert Hodge. And I say lucky because every week the greatest musicians and the greatest songwriters in the area come in here and they show me their music and they show me their new records, and I couldn't be happier than to bring that to my listening audience. And today we have a young man in the studio. It is his first time on WMBG, his first time on Super Sound Showcase, and his name is Austin Willis, and I became a fan a couple of months ago when I ran into him in an open mic, and he's just an enthusiastic performer, and there's a lot of things about his life that I want you to know. So I've invited him in here today. Austin, welcome to Super Sound Showcase.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be here.
Oh, it's my pleasure to have you. And I tell you what, I'm looking forward to showing everybody how passionate you are for music. I'm looking forward to everybody knowing that you are an up-and-coming songwriter, performer, and what you've created already is just magnificent, because you didn't pick up a guitar until what, 2-3 years ago?
Right, about 3 years ago.
That you came from Tifton, Georgia.
Right.
Okay. Tell us what life is like in Tifton, Georgia.
Well, it's a smaller town, agriculture based, so everything's about pretty much like farming, and that's just what everything goes around. I mean, literally everything. And so I grew up on country music there because that's just what we have is country music. And
it's
so
all you grow.
It is. And at a young age, influences like Alan Jackson and Garth Brooks and George Strait kind of just got me into it.
And did your family have a farm? Were you on a farm?
No. I didn't grow up on a farm. But I mean, we had land and stuff. My family does. So I was out there, on the weekends hunting and fishing and stuff. So yeah.
Growing up as red-blooded as possible.
Right.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. And what I want to tell everybody, yesterday we all had a good time. I had multiple picnics and things that I went to for the 4th of July and for our Independence Day, for the birthday of our country that we all love. And, it seemed outrageously appropriate to have Austin here because Austin just turned 21 on the 5th of December, which
right.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
I knew you when you were lamenting about being 20 and just feeling like you weren't ever going to get to 21. Now 21 is here. He is a legal adult in every sense, but he is doing his part, fighting for our country. In the short time that I've known you, you've been at least once or twice, you've gone out on deployment with the Navy.
Right.
How long have you actually been enlisted?
3 years as of July 1st, actually.
Okay. So the minute you were able to sign up, you did.
That's right, yeah.
And, that struck me when we first talked. And I don't know a lot of people that at 18 are ready to make that kind of commitment anymore. And the fact that you were so ready to just step forward and serve your country impressed me. Now you're passionately working at every opportunity to find a way to bring your music out and to let people know that you are a musician and a composer.
Right.
And how does the military background, how does your life in the military affect that? Because I know you told me about the guys in the dorms or the barracks with you, that they're really supporting you and trying to push you forward.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of early mornings and late nights trying to juggle both. But I've definitely learned a lot, and extremely grateful for all those guys, that do support me and everything that I have learned while being in the Navy. So yeah, it's been good.
There was a night that I saw you at, I think it was at Paul's here in town, where
right.
Billy Joe was hosting the open mic. You came in, you sang, got a great response. And I was so interested in the music, and we were talking, and all of a sudden it was like I was talking to Cinderella, because you're like, dude, I got to go to work at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, so that was awful late for you to be on the prowl with these songs.
Yeah, it's a lot of sleepless nights and stuff, but I don't know, it pays off. It does, or at least it feels like it does. So that's why I keep driving.
But there's proof that it's paying off, because I'm proud to tell everybody that Austin is just about to release his very first single record.
Yeah, that's coming out July 20th. I couldn't be more excited. Yeah, I couldn't be more excited for this one. It was written, I think we wrote it about a year ago, and I wrote it with James Wright. I believe you know.
I do know James Wright.
Yeah, so, I mean, incredibly talented. Wow.
How did you end up writing together?
We actually met at an open mic, I believe, right when he was kind of, you know, getting started too. And I don't know, we just got to talking, and then one day it was like, hey, you want to write? And so we wrote this song called Saturday Nights in Georgia, which is basically, it's like, you know, what I grew up on and like what we did, because it's a small town. There's not a lot to do. To most people, they would say there's not a lot to do, but we always would find something. And so yeah, the song's just kind of about me and my buddies from high school and all the stuff we used to do. And then of course I moved away, and so now we're all in different parts of the country, and it's just kind of that song about, you know, missing home and missing being with your buddies.
Is it a matter of missing what's familiar sometimes when you're off serving the country?
I would say so.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, you know what? I know we talked about doing the patriotic piece first, but while we're on the subject, let's do the song that's going to be the single. Can we start with that?
Yeah, we can start with that.
Will that throw you?
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll
because I want to hear this, and I think this is a great way to ease into your music. And, you know, let's hear what's familiar and what's really in your soul.
Okay. So, yeah, this one's called Saturday Nights in Georgia. And like I was saying, this will be my debut single coming out July 20th. You can call it partying if you want to, but we sure had a damn good time. Tailgates in open space off a dirt road after a football game. We'd raise a bonfire in the night. Don't it make you sad? Those days are in the past. Oh, what I'd give to just run it back. Here we are, scattered from Virginia to California, but I still think about those Saturday nights in Georgia. Those Saturday nights in Georgia. We used to ride around that small town with muddy tires and one headlight. Girlfriends are calling just to see if we're alright, 'cause nothing good ever happens after midnight. Don't it make you sad? Those days are in the past. Oh, what I'd give to just run it back. Here we are, scattered from Virginia to California, but I still think about those Saturday nights in Georgia. Those Saturday nights in Georgia. Don't it make you sad? Those days are in the past. Oh, what I'd give to just run it back. Here we are, scattered from Virginia to California, but I still think about those Saturday nights in Georgia. Saturday nights in Georgia.
Makes me think about them too. And you know, I just had a thought that maybe this is going to find a great audience for people that will buy this single, because anybody that likes Georgia And anybody that likes Saturday night.
There you go.
That's most
There you
everybody,
go.
right? You guys like Saturday night, don't you? Okay, and you know what? If you are listening on the radio and you have forgotten, we are streaming live on the WMBG Radio Facebook page, so you can get a look at Austin Willis here in the studio. And even after we go to a commercial, it's brilliant because we don't stop the live stream. So that's when you'll hear the stories that you may not get a chance to otherwise hear. Maybe some fun about the Navy or something, but we are going to go to a commercial, and we will be right back in just a couple of minutes after these words. And you are listening to the new Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix on WMBG. Don't go anywhere. Hey, you're back listening to the new Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix on WMBG. If you are just joining us, I have a terrifically talented young man who is 21 years old. His name is Austin Willis. He's about to put his first single out on the market, and we just talked about the fact that he's only been playing the guitar for less than 3 years. And Austin, I want to talk about the fact that all through high school, you were a pretty accomplished drummer, and now the guitar is your new focus.
Right, yeah. I played in some bands all throughout high school. I think I got my first band around the age of like 14 or 15, somewhere around in there.
Which was not long ago, at 21.
No, I guess it wasn't. It feels like a very long time ago.
Like ages ago. That just happened, really.
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago, but I guess it's not when you look at it like that.
Now, if I said back when I was 16, that would be a very long time ago.
Yeah, a little bit
I'm
longer
107
than me.
now.
Yeah.
Did you know that? I look great for my age, don't I? Hey. But listen, I want to think just for a moment what the decision might have been like when you signed up to go into the Navy. How did you wrestle with the fact that you obviously couldn't just hide the drums under the bunk in the barrack?
I think it was one of those things that I didn't really think about it until after the fact, and then I was like, ooh, this might present a couple problems. So
it became a conscious decision that you had to replace it with something else, and the guitar won, huh?
Right. It was just, I don't know, music's always been one of those things where whenever it's just whenever my emotions or whatever are there, and music's always kind of just been the escape route, the way to get the emotions out and stuff. So I knew I had to get something. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go buy a guitar and I'll just figure out how to play it, and then that'll be that.
I love that. You're self-taught. But I don't mean to be presumptuous, but I've never been in the military. But I can just imagine, especially in the world we live in now, that there's a lot of pressure that comes along with that.
Right.
And I would imagine that you have to have some way to release all the pressure and the stress. And I can't imagine, as a musician myself, I can't imagine any other way that I could do that for myself than through music. And it has to be a natural progression that writing songs has to be easier with a guitar than it was on drums.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
So I'm thinking you've made a good step, because it's probably fostering the songwriting now, which, like I said, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I think that really must be the answer to keeping your sanity in the military.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you have some guys that I go to the gym a good bit too, but I got a lot of buddies, and the gym's like their way of getting things out. And so everybody has their way of doing it. Mine just happens to be playing a guitar and writing songs.
Well, aren't we lucky? Now, in light of the fact that I've tied this all together with Independence Day and the 4th of July, I asked Austin if he had anything he could do that would be a cover of a patriotic song. Well, you know what? He rose to the occasion and told me that he had just recently written a song that is patriotic in nature, and the fact that it's original and that it's never been heard on the radio before, I'm excited to present that. So tell us about the song and then do it for us.
Yeah, so this January I left and deployed with Carl Vinson out of San Diego, and was out there for about 4 months, and went to 3 different countries. And once again, you got to have a way of dealing with something. And so I had my guitar out there with me, of course. And I wrote this song out there, and it's called Ain't No Hero. It's not about me. It's just a story that I came up with as as a way of just saying, you know, like, a lot of us out there, you know, we're not, like, we hear thank you a lot and stuff, but we're not really heroes, and we don't see ourselves as that either. We're just a couple guys just doing a job. So that's kind of what it is, but with a different story to it.
I admire that attitude. I really do.
Thank you. So this one's called Ain't No Hero. As I take my last few breaths, please know I did my best. I can't imagine what this news will put you through. See, we got gunned down in Iraq, and I don't think I'll make it back. I took a round or two so my buddy wouldn't have to. But I ain't no hero, I just did what I had to do for the guys beside me, fighting for the red, white, and blue. So when it's time to fold that flag and lay me low, yeah, it's my last wish that everybody knows I ain't no hero. At 18, you've never seen your life flash before your eyes. You start asking yourself, did I turn out alright? Please know there's not one regret that I have to this day, and I'm sorry that it had to end this way. But I ain't no hero, I just did what I had to do for the guys beside me, fighting for the red, white, and blue. So when it's time to fold that flag and lay me low, yeah, it's my last wish that everybody knows I ain't no hero. I did it for the stars and the stripes, so wipe away your tears tonight, 'cause I ain't no hero, I just did what I had to do for the guys beside me, fighting for the red, white, and blue. So when it's time to fold that flag and lay me low, yeah, it's my last wish that everybody knows I ain't no hero, I ain't no hero.
I don't know. I disagree. I think there might be a little bit of hero in there after all.
Thank you.
But no, you know, it's a marvelous concept for a song. And, you know, I do try to make it my business to approach a lot of not songwriters. I do approach a lot of songwriters, but no, that's not what I was going to say. I do try to approach service people because I do think that I live a great life. And my life has always been based on music, and it's been exactly what I wanted it to be. But if there weren't people that made the other decision to go down that road to fight for our country, I wouldn't have it, you know?
Right.
So it's something I take personally.
Well, thank you.
And, you know, I particularly am interested in the fact that you made that decision so young. Did you know when you were a little boy and people said, what are you going to be when you grow up? Did you know?
Yeah, I guess it was a toss-up of wanting to play music and be in the military, and
you didn't have to choose ultimately.
Right. So I think I was 17. Actually, my parents had to sign for me to enlist, but at 17, I made the decision to enlist.
And are there opportunities in the military for you musically that other people don't have? I mean, are there things that you can do within the context of the Navy that propel your music?
I mean, there definitely are. There's definitely things going on, you know, as far as just we'll have like things on the ship sometimes where like karaoke or like an open mic basically on the ship. And you'd be surprised probably to see how many people there are that do sing and play music out there. And so yeah, I've definitely been a part of some of that.
Okay, and indulge me on this question. What is the one thing that the public thinks life on a ship is like that it is exactly like? Is there a stereotype that you can say, yeah, it's exactly what you think it is?
I don't know. It's definitely tight. I think that's a lot. You know, people are like, you know, how do you do it? It's got to be so like small quarters and stuff, and it is. Yeah, it gets tight.
That's okay. You're not enormous. You
right.
can fit into a small place, right?
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely. You put about 5,000 people on a ship, and
5,000. Wow.
5,000 on an aircraft carrier.
Do you ever have trouble getting enough to eat? With
No,
5
not
people
really.
in the dining hall? Is it like chaos?
No, not really. No. I mean, there's long lines waiting to eat, but other than that, we always get fed.
All right. So listen, we got one more song that we're going to present today. What are you going to do for us?
I'm going to play the song called "You Ain't Sober," which is another one I wrote.
Does it show?
Does it show?
I'm not sober. How do you know? I'm kidding. All right. There's always a joke in there. So, no, I am sober. All right.
Oh.
Who's not sober? Who are we talking about?
I kind of wrote this one off of an ex that I had.
Yeah.
And one of those things that I think maybe not everyone, but a lot of people can say, you know, they've had that text come through their phone late at night, and you can kind of tell,
in the middle
right?
Of the night, and you knew she
and
wasn't.
yeah,
right.
And so this is just kind of about, you know, not giving in, and because it's not worth it. You know?
Knew you were a man of character and principle. I like it.
So yeah, this one's called "You Ain't Sober."
All right, yeah, lady, you ain't sober. Hang up. All right, let's hear it.
It's 12:30 on a Saturday night when my phone lights up saying, "Baby, come over." Haven't seen your name on my screen since you left me last October. So I grab my keys, walk out the house, and I turn around. Bet you wish I'd hop in my truck, put the pedal to the floor and turn the dirt road up. Get to your place and put it in park, run through that door, pour out my heart. But I ain't coming over, 'cause I know you ain't sober, sober. Thinking about the times that we spent, them big blue eyes could pull me in. Another text comes through my phone. You say you're tired of being alone. So I grab my keys, walk out the house, and I turn around. Bet you wish I'd hop in my truck, put the pedal to the floor and turn the dirt road up. Get to your place and put it in park, run through that door, pour out my heart. But I ain't coming over, 'cause I know you ain't sober, sober. Bet you wish I'd hop in my truck, put the pedal to the floor and turn the dirt road up. Get to your place and put it in park, run through that door, pour out my heart. But I ain't coming over, 'cause I know you ain't sober. Yeah, yeah, well girl, you ain't sober.
Did she call you again after that?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what, Austin? It's a delight
Yeah.
because your songs are so personal.
Well, thank you.
And, you know, to look into a window of somebody's life and into a window of somebody's heart is a treat, that songwriters make themselves vulnerable so that
Right.
the rest of us can enjoy their talent. And it's a great thing to be able to present your talent for the first time here on WMBG.
For sure.
And I
Thank you.
appreciate you coming. I've
Thank
had a
you,
really
thank
good
you.
time. Have you enjoyed it?
I have. It's been good.
Okay. Now, where can they find this single?
So my single, like I said, it'll be out July 20th, and that'll be on, Spotify, iTunes, pretty much anywhere that music's
Okay.
sold.
And will your single grow up to be an album one day? You're working
That's
on the rest of
plan.
it?
That's the plan. That's I think I'm gonna do an EP first. That's what I'm wanting to do
Okay.
before a full length, but all within in time. We'll see.
Have you been putting this together yourself? Are you producing your own album and coming
I'm
up with
actually working with a producer up in Richmond.
Okay, so you got somebody helping you do the business and make it
Right.
paid for and
Right.
all that. Awesome. Well, that's good to hear, because I was going to say, this is the kind of cause that we need to get behind you and support you, because what you're doing for us deserves our reciprocation.
Well, thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll be looking forward to the next time you come back
Yes,
and
sir.
talk with me. And in fact, maybe after that single comes out, once you find out if everybody's like rushed to the store to get it, you can come tell us about it, and we'll have you
Alrighty.
on your show during my regular hours from 12 to 3 every day. And that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you so much. And thanks to our friends at Culture Fix, to Steve and Shirley and to Jen. And we are grateful, as always, to those of you who listen every Thursday and who watch on Facebook. And don't forget that tomorrow on YouTube and on WMBGradio.com and About the Berg, all of our sites, you will find our professional version of this. The video will be out, and everybody will get a look at you and start to know your name.
Yeah.
So,
thank you.
All right, my friend. Good luck to you in your pursuit of this goal. I can't
thank
wait
you.
to see what happens for
Thank
you.
you.
It's an exciting time to be 25 and be on the brink of success.
21, but I'll
Oh,
take
did I say 25?
Yeah.
Oh, well. You seem like you aged a little bit on this show.
Well,
You're more mature
I
now.
don't know if that's good or.
No, it's a very
I'll
good
take
thing.
that. I'll take
All
that.
right, here we go. And we're going off to the music you love with Please Don't Go. This is Casey and the Sunshine Band.